Welcome back to part 2. So let's talk footy netball clubs.
It allows regional Victorians to be heard and be given opportunities to improve their strength, their conditioning.
My vision is that like in the next 3 or 4 years, we'll probably have 50 or more clubs on board. And we are also designing
A house!
a house. Welcome back to part 2.
Part 2, I know. Who would have thought that we can actually talk this much?
I know. It turns out we talk a lot of shit and we talk for a long time, so we had to cut this one into
I know, we've never had to do
bits.
a part 1 and part 2, but
I
hey,
don't
it's
think so.
2025, baby.
I guess that's what happens when we've been away for so long. You have to
Yeah.
hear everything about what we've been going through the last few months.
I know, and if you're tuning into part 2, then well done for getting this far, honestly.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
You should be
I'm
proud
proud.
of yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah.
I really hope no one can hear Heidi panting here because she
Oh, I'm going to start
obviously...
panting. It's that hot in here.
Yeah, well, she wants attention, doesn't she? Because...
I want attention too.
Okay, no worries. Anywho, we were on the topic of your teeth, and you had your teeth done in September, which is super exciting. Talk us through the process leading up to you getting your teeth done. How long did it kind of take, that process?
Yeah, well, before we get into that, I wanted to just give a massive shout out to my incredible dentists. So Kritika and Jimmy from House of Smile Design, they took care of me. They made the process just so enjoyable, and I'm obsessed with them both, if I'm honest. So, yeah, when did this process start? I think, well, to take it back, I had wanted to get this done for 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
A long time.
Ever since we've been together,
Yeah,
you wanted
a
to
long
get this
time.
done.
It's probably been my biggest insecurity is my smile. And yeah, I wanted to do something about it, so I did.
Yeah. And I think that's the big reason that you wanted to do this. It wasn't like, and that's one of the reasons, don't like correct me if I'm wrong, is that you haven't spoke about it. You haven't told Instagram. You haven't told anyone about this and spoken about it, because a lot of people get some kind of like cosmetic surgery or teeth or whatever it is for vanity and to please other people or to look better on Instagram or whatever. And like, we're not going to hide away from the fact that it's not cheap either. So that's why, like, one of the big reasons that you didn't want to talk about it, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like, we're all human. Like, we judge, we make assumptions, we think we know people's circumstances. We have these preconceived ideas about why they did things and the person that they are, and that's just a part of being human, I guess. And I was worried, or I was scared to put myself in that firing line, I guess, and to openly talk about what I had done. But the more and more, like, I'm sitting on it and I'm thinking about it, because I got this done back in September, the more I'm like, well, first of all, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I work my fucking ass off. Like,
Yeah.
I have given pretty much most of my 20s to growing a business and working 12 hours every single day and doing things that not most 25-year-olds would be doing. Most of my friends and 25-year-olds would be out getting absolutely fucking hammered every weekend, and they'd probably spend the same amount on alcohol and other things that I spent on my teeth. So,
Yeah, exactly.
again, like, thinking of it that way, like, I do work hard, and I've sacrificed a lot of my life for working hard, so I deserve to do things that make me feel good. Wow, that feels weird to say.
Yeah, no, it's good, and like, you should be fucking proud of yourself. Like, we didn't have to put it on a payment plan. We didn't have to fucking get a loan. Like, we were able to just pay for your teeth because you have always had this as an insecurity. And like, I've always backed you in if you want to do something like to.
Oh, how many times did I talk myself out of it?
Yeah, you talked yourself out of it for a year.
I talked myself out of it on the way to the appointment.
Yeah,
I was like, babe, just turn around.
And I'm like, no, like, you're getting them done because like, I know how good it's going to make you feel afterwards.
Yeah.
And like, that was the main reason that you got them done. Also, as well as that, like, it wasn't just a visual thing too. So talk us through that.
My my teeth were falling out of my head. I'm
No,
kidding.
they weren't falling out. She looked like she was on meth. We call them stumpies.
I looked like a gummy shark.
Gummy shark, fucking hell.
No, but medically, my teeth were cooked because I'm a grinder, baby.
Yeah.
When I'm stressed, which is
when you're stressed.
all of the time, I grind. I'm a grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only it was in that way.
Yeah, it's in the mouth region.
Yeah.
No, but I grind my teeth really bad when I'm stressed, when I can't sleep, when I am asleep, when I'm alive, when I'm just breathing, really. I grind my teeth. And because of that, I had ground my teeth down to the point where they were coming out.
Yeah, no, they basically...
They weren't coming out, but they were fine.
They just said to you, like, they'd recommend that at some stage you get veneers because of you grinding your teeth. Like, if you were to grind them anymore, then... yeah, it might get to the point where they start to become really painful and, it then would just get worse and worse. So, yeah, that was, like, probably one of the, I think, steps that did push you to get them done.
Yeah, well, I didn't realise they were that bad. Like, I knew that I knew that I grind my teeth, like, when I'm in the gym, when I'm training, I clench my jaw, like, I'm just always, and my mum does it too. So, like, we both have very similar teeth, and she's going through this process, but more right now at the age of, like, 55 or 50. Fuck, I hope mum's not listening to this. 50, I don't know.
52.
52. And yeah, she's gone through like a lot of dentistry work because she didn't try and prevent this from an early age. And that's, I guess, what I'm trying to do. But yeah, I did it because I didn't want to look like a gummy shark. But as well as that, like my dentist, like Kritika, brought to my attention that I probably did need to do something soon and actually look after my teeth and start wearing a fucking mouth guard and...
yeah.
stuff.
And how was the process like in the months leading up to it? Like obviously it was May, I think, that you had your first consultation regarding the veneers, yeah?
So I went in May for my first consultation, which I booked in and I went by myself and I was just like so nervous. I was like, I'll go, but I've just probably talked myself out of it. Like I'll do it, I'll do this, but there's no way I'll do it. And I was still thinking that to the very day that I actually got it done. But yeah, I met up with Kritika and they've got this this device, I guess you call it. Fuck, I don't know anything about dentistry, but it's called Digital Smile Design. It's one of the only like few in Australia. So what we did there was we analysed my teeth. I spoke about my concerns, both medically and like aesthetic wise. And I guess from May right through to September, we went back and forth with like countless appointments designing my new smile, which was so fun and it was so scary. And for me, it was just like, it sounds stupid, but it was just like a pinch myself moment. And I remember saying this to you on the way home from one of the stages of getting them done. I said to you, I'm just so proud of myself to be able to sit here and do something like this. Like a lot of people would want something like this and they would like and ah and all that sort of stuff. But like I obviously have, but I did it. And the reason I can do it is because I work hard and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And how do you feel since getting them done? Like how do you
amazing.
feel?
Like I smile so much more like when I'm on camera because I spend a lot of my time on camera. Like I look back at the footage now and I'm like, you know what? Like I'm proud of my smile. Like I love my smile and I feel like I look happier. Like there were times before I got my teeth done that I couldn't even watch back the footage that we would film. Like everyone probably knows we film all of our content in our kitchen. I wouldn't watch them back because I was just so self-conscious of my smile and I was like, can't really do anything about it because I have to be on camera, but I don't want to see myself and I don't watch the footage back on Instagram or anything like that because I'm so self-conscious. And if you're listening and if you're self-conscious of something and the world is watching it like online every single day, it does kind of wear you down a bit. So yeah, I watch my videos now and I love to smile and that's something that I always did growing up in last, 5 years of my life. I would pout in photos or I would like...
yeah, put a weird smirk on.
Like a little smirk on my face. I would never show my teeth. Whereas now I'm like, I show my teeth.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of it.
Good.
This is the first podcast episode that we're filming with my teeth.
Correct. Smile.
But
Yeah.
Critica and the team there, they documented my whole journey. So we had like videographers come in and interview me and like take proper footage of my teeth and stuff. So I'm not sure it's with their editing team, but I don't know if that'll ever see the light of day. But if it does, then yeah, feel free to go check out my digital smile design journey of me getting veneers.
Love it.
I think I realised I didn't just tell anyone what I had done. So I had 10 veneers put in my head. Yeah.
Yeah. 10 veneers in your mouth. And it what like now they do my dentistry as well now because like the dentist there, it doesn't feel like you're at the dentist. Dentists can feel very
so bougie.
scary.
I love it.
But yeah, it's bougie as fuck. It doesn't feel like you're in a Chukamone.
Oh, whoever did the interior design of that place, give me your number ASAP.
Love it.
Gorgeous.
So yeah, it came at a good time as well, didn't it? Because that was in September. We obviously got engaged in August, so you didn't have them for your engagement, but
I know I didn't, but I mean I don't care.
that's okay. You had them for
smile off my face that day, babe.
Yeah, and you had them for the photo shoot we did in Bendigo with all of our clients, which was at the start of November. Yes.
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't have them for the training day that we did in Bendigo because I had I had like two. If anyone's actually interested in the details of what I had done, like the specifics and all sort of stuff, feel free to DM me because I'll talk about it now that I've fucking just told the world. But anyway, the step before getting the veneers, I had...
Go on, say it.
A gingivectomy.
Gingivectomy. I think that's how you say it. It could be wrong. Yeah, Kritika's probably going to message us and be like, that's wrong. But yeah, a gingivectomy.
Yeah.
Basically, that means that you have your gums lasered off. So you had the
Sounds brutal, I know.
top part of your tooth, like the gums lasered to extend the length and the look of the length of your tooth.
Yeah. But naturally, whenever you laser something off, of course you go through this period where you look like you have smoked 1,700 packs of darts.
Yeah, that's what you look like for our training day in Bendigo because it was the day before.
And we don't do anything in person. Like, we are all online. So normally, any other normal day, I could get away with this and no one would see.
People saw you in person and thought, shit, this chick's good at Photoshop. No,
yeah, shit, this chick punches some darts. No, but I'm like, my gums are like all brown and disgusting looking. So that was fun for the training day. But that was one of the things I had to get done before I had my beautiful little veneers put on.
Yeah. But with the photo shoot, that was in November. So you had your veneers for that. And then our engagement party, which was also in November.
Yeah, which was like a big thing for me. I was like, oh man, the engagement party was so fun. And like,
it was pretty awesome.
It was so fun. So like having like my big smile and laughing and not being self-conscious and like wanting to smile in photos, I was like, I felt good.
Yeah. Love it. Amazing. So that was the roundup kind of our 2024. There wasn't too much that we did. We had the photo shoot, we had the engagement party, but there was a few things that we had going on personally that are still ongoing, which are positive things. I said that like it was a negative, which we're taking into 2025. And then we've obviously got a fair few business developments for 2025 as well, which we thought
so if you're interested in like
cover
behind the scenes of
Russ and Mick and Coaching Society.
Yeah, and like business talk, then keep listening. This is fun.
Yeah.
And if you're also interested in wedding planning and building a house and all that sort of stuff, also keep listening because we're also doing that.
Yes. Let's talk. We're on the engagement. Let's talk wedding. We'll start there.
Oh, God, I thought you'd never ask. Honestly, I'm so high maintenance. Like, wow.
Fuck, you're annoying.
I know. I'm going to take a drink, so if you guys can hear me like munching on ice, I'm sorry.
Don't do that. Critica will tell you off because you'll break your teeth.
Oh, I'm scared. She's going to tell me off when she sees my Instagram videos of me training without my fucking splint. I shit you not, everyone. If you ever see me training at Impact Mama, best gym literally ever, don't come up to me because I'll be wearing a mouth guard and I look like a fucking NFL player.
She looks like she's about to tackle you.
I do. Like, put some shoulder pads on this bitch and I will take you out.
But you need to keep those teeth nice for our wedding.
I know. A wedding. Yes. I mean, I feel like I've been dreaming of
forever.
Yeah, since I was a little girl. Every girl would imagine what their wedding's going to look like. But it's actually happening. We have a date booked. We have a venue booked. We have a lot of our vendors booked. And it's going to be the best day of my life. And I literally cannot wait to marry the love of my life.
Hey, that's me.
Have the best day ever.
Yeah. 1st of November, 2026.
Yeah, baby.
Exciting.
Yeah, well, funny story about that date, actually. We didn't really realise, did we, until after we booked. But 1st of November, 2020? 19. Dates. Not good with them. 1st of November 2019 is the very day that Russ and I first moved into our home together. It's the first time we combined our lives.
Yeah.
In Bendigo. Kangaroo Flat, actually. Moving to a rental in Kangaroo Flat.
Yes, represent K Flat. But yeah, it's kind of, in a weird way, got a bit of a special meaning to it that day.
Yeah, it does. So we started our life together.
Exactly. So 7 years on, we'll be marrying each other,
on the same
which is
day.
pretty cool. And yeah, we have booked. Where have we booked?
Oh, God, this was a debacle. I was in an absolute tears about this. But so we have always had I always say it's my wedding, it's our wedding. I need to stop doing that because
Remember, I'm actually going to be there.
High maintenance.
Remember, it's not just your wedding. I am also part of it.
But we've always had our hearts set on the Seymour in Yarrawonga. We love holidaying there. It's beautiful. I'm a river, lake girly. Get me behind a speedboat on the wakeboard. That's just my idea of a good time. So for me, it was very special by the water. We just love it. We did the venue tour, everything. It was great, but there was just a couple of things that just wasn't going to work for us, which we were really upset about, weren't we?
Yeah, it was a little bit sad, bittersweet, I guess. That it was something we had our eye on for such a long time. But yeah, we then decided that we'd have a look at another venue that we found.
So with our wedding, we are kind of restricted almost to what we can choose, because what we're planning is almost like a 3-day kind of wedding. Extreme, I know it is me, so we'll be surprised really. Yeah. But it's like a 3-day kind of situations where we have all of our guests who are invited, they're staying on site with us for 3 days. Yeah. So that's the idea we've always had. So we could only pick venues with accommodation. Yeah,
so we needed somewhere for people to stay.
And to sleep 95 people.
To sleep, 95 to 100 people. And also, my family coming over from the UK as well, organising.
We're going to have a lot of foreigners here, so we kind of need to find somewhere for them to sleep.
To stay, which would be ideal, wouldn't it?
But no, we obviously have Russ's family who are all from the UK. We've got friends in Dubai. We've got people who will be travelling to watch these two absolute crackheads get married. So, yeah, we were quite restricted. So, honestly, our options, and we wanted to stay local. We didn't really want to travel too far, to be honest, but our options were the Seabull. That was definitely our number one pick. Mitchelton, obviously we got engaged there, very special place for us, but we just weren't sure we wanted to have the wedding there as well. Yeah. And the other option for us was Tarul Estate, which is just out of Seymour, and that's where we landed.
That's where we have chosen. We're super excited. It's it's a really cool venue. So obviously the whole estate will be ours to ourselves, which is something that we were really big on. It's having our own space where all of our guests stay with us. And there's no one else there. It's just our guests, so they can all kind of share the special moment with us.
Yeah, and I mean, the idea of having fucking Sally, who's on a yearly holiday in the pool, splashing around whilst we're getting married in our ceremony at the Seabull just wasn't it. So, Sally, you can have that. Yeah. We're going to have someone else.
Yeah. So,
but, we've booked out Tarul Estate for the 3 days. So we'll have our whole wedding there, our recovery day, not our recovery day, sorry, our welcome dinner, our rehearsal, our wedding, our after party, all that sort of stuff at the one place, which conveniently sleeps all of our guests.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone can stay in one spot and we can all get lit.
Litty titty, baby, litty titty.
So that's happening. We've got a lot of the vendors already kind of lined up, haven't we? Which is nice, this far out. Obviously we had to do it this far away as well, rather than this year, next year.
We did have to plan early.
Yeah, give my family notice to be able to get flights and everything organised to get over.
I mean, if we didn't have to factor that in, I would have probably started planning maybe now in 2025, because it is end of 26. But we didn't really have an option there. So I was frantically trying to find a venue once we found out that Seabull wasn't going to be it. And obviously Tarul was amazing. We have our wedding planner, Evan, and he's angel sent from heaven above. He's going to take a lot of the stress off, but he's probably one of the reasons why we got over the line with Tarul, hey?
Yeah. No, it's good to have it all organised, in my opinion, nice and early.
Mate, you're doing fuck all.
Well, I have my opinion sometimes. As if I even get a say. As if I even get to give my verdict.
Hey, to be fair, I wasn't 100% sold on Chirul so we stayed there for the weekend. We did our wedding tour with Evan. We met him.
Why do the funny things always happen to us?
Oh my God, I wasn't even going to tell that story, but yeah, that happened. Yeah, we stayed there for a night or so just to really take it all in. And at that point in time, my heart and soul was set on the Seagull. Set on the Seagull.
We were still like, yeah, we're looking around here, but we know we're not going to get married here.
Yeah, it's the Seagull. It's got to be the Seagull, even though there were things that just logistically weren't going to work for us. So, I was still kind of like, oh, I'm not sure, but we went out for dinner, and the restaurant they have there, incredible. We're big foodies. We love food. So food, good food was non-negotiable at our wedding. So, yeah, we were sitting there and I was still like, I don't know about it. And you were the one that was like, babe, this is fucking amazing. I'm getting married here. There's an underground bar. And
I think it was the underground bar that you can have
was.
for it's a kick-ons bar that you can have for a party, the after party.
To me.
That is us in a nutshell, isn't it? So
if we had to wrap things up at
11 o'clock and go to bed,
it would probably be pretty sad.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone who's not staying there gets kicked off site. No thanks. That's not us.
Yeah.
So the after party venue, that definitely was a tick.
Yeah.
But I think it was also okay, I think this is fate when we decided to. Well, we woke up in the morning. It was a beautiful day the first day. Woke up the next day. This is just
so us. If it's going to happen to anyone.
And opened the curtains expecting to see the sunrise, grey, cloudy, and rainy.
Biggest storm that had come through.
It wasn't even the storm came in the afternoon, but it was just miserable.
Man, I'm pretty sure it was fucking storming when we walked out to the car.
Miserable rain all day, consistent.
Felt a bit depressing.
Felt like the UK. And I
wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say it.
It felt like the UK.
Well, we have one of our listeners. She lives in the UK, yeah?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Sorry for offending you, Russell.
Anyway, the UK's great. Love the UK. I represent. But we walked out to the car to leave and thought, yep, I think this is the venue. I packed the car, walked around to the driver's side. I'm like, the car seems like it's on the piss. Maybe I'm in a pothole. No, flat tire. So
it was more than just flat. It was fucking.
Yeah, it was only flat on the bottom though. Hey.
I don't know much about tyres, so...
Babe, when a tyre's flat, it just looks like it's flat.
Anyway, it was fucked.
Okay.
To put it
It's not a funny joke when I have to explain it. Anyway, so it's absolutely hammering it down raining, and we didn't have an umbrella on us, did we?
No.
We didn't have many clothes on us either, because it was relatively warm. Yeah, it was hot.
Remember we did our tour? We were sweating.
Sweating, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to change this tyre. So I had to walk back into the reception and I'm like, so I've got a flat tire and it's raining. Don't suppose you've got an umbrella? And Mikayla's standing over with this pissy little umbrella. It's like one of those ones, like a kid's one. And I was just getting absolutely
They probably saw the size of us and been like,
I don't need a proper one.
I don't need a big one.
So I'm changing the tyre, just water dripping down my back from the corner of the umbrella. Mikayla's just laughing her head off. If you don't laugh, you cry. Well, all I can do is laugh. And I'm like, oh, this is great.
Well, at that point in time, we could have just had an absolute fit about it and been like, this is a sign, we're not meant to get married here, it's a fucking full-blown storm coming through, our tyre's flat, we need to drive 2 hours back to Moama where we live,
on an 80k per hour flat tyre.
It could have been a really bad scenario, but I was and again, I'm quite hot-headed. I could have flipped a switch and I could have fucking lost my marbles. And I think you were kind of expecting me to, weren't you? You were treading lightly. You're like, it's fine. Babe.
And if I were to have got frustrated, then I think we would have.
You would have just sent me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I was like, nah, fuck it. Yeah. Embrace it.
So we're sitting there and I just started giggling. And I'm like, and you're you kind of oh, you good? You find this funny? I'm like, I actually find this hilarious. I was like, you know what? We don't know anything about fucking cars. I don't know how to change a tyre if my life depended on it. You're I have to do it because
I know how to change a tyre. I've changed quite a few.
Yeah, but
I did know how to do it, which is good.
Not you're not a savvy person when it comes to that sort of stuff.
No,
neither am I.
I'm not see ya.
Yeah.
It was okay, this is going to take me a bit and I'm going to get fucking wet and I'm going to be annoyed.
Yeah, and it's not a fun experience. So the fact that give us a laptop tech the online space, the online world will solve any kind of code, cube, whatever it might be. You, maybe not me, but but give us a flat tire in a storm at our potential wedding venue and
watch us struggle.
Yeah, watch us really struggle. Yeah. So that's what we did. We struggled.
Yeah, and I wandered back in with my umbrella, popped it back in the closet that they had there because no one was at reception, just next to the other 4 big, huge umbrellas that were sitting there, thinking,
love that.
I love that she gave me the smallest one.
I was so cute.
It was my favourite part of the fact that she gave us just one really small one.
Yeah.
Not a couple of big ones. But
and that first time we saw our wedding venue, and we hadn't locked it at that point, but we drove out of that place doing 80 Ks with fucking people flying past us because we had this little pissy tyre that looked like a bike tyre on our car. And I don't know.
Space-saving spare tyre.
Yeah, it was pissing down rain, probably in hindsight, very dangerous. But we made it. We made it home safely. We actually stopped in Seymour and went to a Bob Tyres or Bob Jane Tyres or whatever they're called.
Yeah, one of the
Got it fixed and...
Tyre Power, I think it was.
Yeah, lived to see the day.
Yep. And that was our venue chosen.
It's when we knew.
Locked in.
So. I think it's when we were like, you know what, it's probably the universe being like, this is very on brand for you guys. Just
it is. That's it. And we are also designing
a house.
A house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, why do we do this?
I know. How ironic is it that we're still living in a rental?
Literally.
We're
still renting, baby.
It took 2 years for the banks to even go, oh, yeah, cool. They are actually earning enough money to be able to afford.
Build a house.
Yeah, afford a house.
It's a funny thing, though. When, if I was told this, I probably wouldn't have done it back then. But running a business isn't as glamorous as what you think it is. You are taking minimum wage. You won't get looked at by a bank for minimum 2 years, whilst, a lot of our employees could get a higher borrowing capacity than us. And we're like, what the fuck, man?
I know, it's mad. Our employees can be employed for 3 months and then they can go to the bank and get a loan. We started our business in October, so we needed 2 full financial years worth of tax returns. So, because we started in October, that year basically didn't really count. So we had to wait almost 3 years of running a business to be able to actually go to the banks. And now we obviously were building with Metricon, no longer.
Yeah. Did we tell that?
Yeah, we've told people that we're building with Metricon. But no longer. We are now building or designing with Lloyd Sage. So Michael Sage from Lloyd Sage, which has been...
put together our dream house.
It's a masterpiece.
I mean, we've always gone into this wanting to build and then we wanted to sell. That was the plan of this first build. Get into property, all that sort of stuff. Problem, we're doing that, but I'm that obsessed with the house, I'm concerned I won't sell.
Yeah, you're probably going to want to live there for a bit longer than you thought. So
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous.
And it is going to be unreal. So
it's our heart and soul and all of our
ideas and brain
and chaos and everything into the one house, which I'm proud. I'm proud of it. I'm really proud of it. And
I think that's going to, hopefully, obviously, be starting in the next 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Then we'll then be in mid next year before the wedding.
Yeah. I thought about it, but I don't think I will. I don't know. Maybe I will. But making another Instagram page just for our house. Let me know if you are interested in that, because fun little fact: interior design, building and construction. It's a passion project of mine. I love it. I love interior design. I love designing. I love that sort of stuff. It's my creative outlet. That's why building this house has been just so good for me and my mental health. But yeah, I thought about doing an Instagram, but I don't know. I feel like
it just become too much of a job.
Yeah,
you wouldn't like it. You wouldn't enjoy it then. You'd feel like it's a job for you rather than actually.
But to paint the picture as to what our house is going to look like, imagine a Palm Springs person had a baby with a coastal person and they produced this love child of a coastal Palm Springs house. That's how I explain it.
Okay. I'm not going to imagine that, but that's okay.
That's what it looks like, though.
True.
It's very Californian, white, bright, cactus gardens.
Fucking cactus gardens.
I'm so excited. My brother's trying to convince me not
feature
to do it,
like
but-
feature gardens as well, feature walls, things like that.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it's just stunning. Like, Sage has done such a good job of it.
Yeah.
Like, such a good job. And I'm excited to, like, see it starting to build. Because we've had our block for how long?
no, just every year.
Yeah, just over a year. And it's just been sitting there. Like, it's got fucking tumbleweeds
Paid
on it.
rates the other day. That was good.
Amazing.
Paying rates on a block that you're not actually using.
It has tumbleweeds on it. Yeah.
Amazing.
They may as well pay us rent, those fucking tumbleweeds. But yeah, it's just been sitting there. So we're really excited to not get our hands dirty, but because
Oh, I will not be getting my hands dirty. That's someone else's job. I'll just be on the computer in the fucking other room somewhere.
Literally, but excited to see it come to life. As I said, it's like our passion, it's our vision, it's something we're really proud of, and I'm excited for it to come together. I might put like little sneak peeks on like our.
We'll show it
Instagram.
off once it's built. Once we're through the build process, we'll show it off, and we'll be in there before we know it.
Oh, it's just gonna be the best.
Love.
I don't know what it's gonna be like not to be renting. If I'm being honest.
I know. Imagine paying for something you own.
I know we have a fucking house inspection next week as well.
Yeah, love renting. Anywho, 2025. So we're taking that into 2025. We've got a few other predominantly business things happening.
Yeah,
And
2025 for us is the year of business. I mean, it's been
when has not been a year of business?
yeah,
since
but it's the
running this
year
business?
of head down, work really fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's the year of growth.
Yeah, I do think there's going to be a lot of growth this year. Like we had a lot of lessons last year. We had a lot of personal and professional development, I think. Now it's time to put all of that into practice, and like we're really investing in different areas to create different avenues for our business.
Yeah.
So
We're diversifying.
yeah, exactly. And the first one that has been an absolute like game changer for us in terms of being able to ensure that the machine that we've built is running efficiently and effectively whilst not taking up all of our time is our incredible Stace.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to mention that, Angel. Oh, God, I've never loved a person so much in my life.
So we have promoted Stace, as a lot of you would probably know her by now.
Yeah, if you're working within Coaching Society, if you're one of our incredible clients, you would have heard of Stace or heard from Stace with her new role in the business.
So she is the head coach and head of client success. So that means that she looks after all of the other coaches, monitors their work, makes sure they're on track, helps them out, helps them to become better coaches, and effectively just helps the overall vision of Coaching Society in terms of having the best coaches that we possibly can, and also helps all of our clients within the business. So she reaches out to all of our clients on a regular basis, touches base with them, and makes sure that they're all going okay, and ensures that they're basically, or we're doing the best possible things that we can to get as many people the best possible results that we can.
We're never going to settle for mediocre coaching. It's just not in our blood. It's not something that you and I are ever going to let slide. So Stace has stepped into this role, taken it by the absolute balls, and killed it.
Absolutely, she has. So
She's done a better job than I could have ever hoped for.
Yeah, she started in November, December, like a few hours
With
a week.
the back end stuff.
Yeah, and then it's now like taking it fully on board for January moving forwards, which is very exciting. It allows us to then focus on other areas of the business as well in terms of more acquisition side of things. Yep. And we've had a couple of really cool like partnerships, collaborations, and like almost different elements of our business.
Things that if you told us when we started Coaching Society would land on our desk, we'd be like, yeah, sure.
So let's talk footy netball clubs. So with our coach Andrew, as a lot of you know, I will speak to him in the podcast in a few weeks, which I've already recorded. But Andrew is our strength and conditioning coach. He's our performance coach, sports nutritionist as well. So his passion lies in helping people become the best versions of themselves from a performance standpoint. And that's where we thought...
Yeah, their best potential athletically.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where we thought, okay, amazing. We are in regional Victoria. That's one of, I think, our strong suits.
Words, big boy.
Strong suits is that we're in regional Victoria, and
no one gives a shit about regional Victoria.
I know. No one gives a shit about regional Victorians. Like, everyone's just all Metro, Melbourne, everything. But up here, a lot of people, one of the things that they do is play footy, play netball, or play some kind of sport.
It's a huge part of our culture. Like, you play netball, you go for some beers with the girls or the boys or after footy. Like, it's a part of what we do. Like, it's our in our blood.
And if you're a real fucking idiot, you play cricket like me.
Yeah, we are.
And but the benefit of that is like Andrew kind of fits into that role absolutely perfectly. He loves it, and we've got a lot of obviously clients. So put a bit of a reach out there for in the back end of last year for footy and netball clubs to come on board, and we've got a handful of footy and netball clubs on board for this year, which is super exciting. So the way it works is pre-season, in-season, and off-season strength and conditioning. So the strength side of things, every single player gets access to our app. So we've got over 200 footy netball players on board already, and we only launched this 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, which is crazy to think. Like we've pretty much doubled our client base in the last 3 weeks. So we've got 200 or 300 or so people using our app, using our programming, and then we're also writing the conditioning programming for the clubs as well. So
which just pretty much
nights.
It allows regional Victorians to be heard and be given opportunities to improve their strength, their conditioning within their allocated sport. When we developed this package, we were honing in on netballers. I have had played netball my whole life. I don't play anymore. I definitely should, but honestly, I think I'd get hit in the head with the ball and probably get knocked out because I'm that fucking uncoordinated. But yeah, I've played netball my whole life, and it's one thing that we just always missed out on. Like netballers, they were never thought about. We were never catered for. Yeah. We never had proper coaching. We never had like attention given to us.
They still don't now. Like even to this day, like all these clubs that we've gone to, we've said, like, what have you done with the netballers, or what help have you had in terms of strength?
It's
in
just
terms of
turn
conditioning?
up.
Oh no, like the coaches, that's their job, is just to run some running programming on the nights, and that's it.
But it's not even running programming. Like when I played it, it wasn't even running programming. You just like
do a few
less to the coaches who coached me, like incredible work for doing something that you don't really know much about,
well.
And doing it for free as well. So like I've always thought that my performance personally as a netballer really lacked because I didn't have that constant direction and support within my game and within my skill sets. So when this idea kind of came up and we were like, we have Andrew, he's a phenomenal coach. He would love doing something like this. It's something that isn't being done. Let's fill it. And that's what we did. And when we first built it out, it was strictly just for netballers. Honestly, we were just like, let's look after the girls because the girls in netball always get forgotten about in regional Victoria. So we did that. But then the more and more we rolled it out, the more and more we realised that it's the guys that need help as well, and they want help. So we were going to give it to them regardless. Yeah,
and we're effectively making it a collaborative approach for the whole club. The whole club can get involved.
Which builds a community in a club, which for a lot of clubs, community between, or the connection between the netballers and the footballers is something that is really hard to build. Yeah. It's something that I always witnessed growing up playing regional netball.
Strength, conditioning, and connections. How good.
That's cute.
We could use that. Anywho, so that's happening. That's exciting. And obviously, hopefully, moving forwards, like we're going to keep improving it, developing it, and get more and more clubs on board. My vision is that like in the next 3 or 4 years, we'll probably have 50 or more clubs on board. And
giving them the opportunities, giving netballers, giving footballers the opportunity to improve their sport.
Yeah, exactly. Alongside that, we're also sponsoring a few other footy and netball clubs too, which is really cool. So for this year, we're going to sponsor a few clubs too, which is
nothing we've ever really got into.
Yeah, never really thought about until we put this strength and conditioning package together. And for any clubs that aren't on board with that, then we can sponsor them as well. So yeah, that's happening, which is cool. We'll see our signs up everywhere.
I know, so weird.
Moment still.
So weird. I still feel like we started coaching study like yesterday, and shit like this happens, and I'm like, what?
What is going on?
Literally. Yeah. But no, we're very excited about that. Very excited where the idea was born and kind of like where it evolved or where it's evolving to, and excited for the possibilities that it's going to open up to us as a business, but as well as that, the people we're working with.
Yeah, for sure. Lots going on. Lots has happened in 2024. Lots happening in 2025.
Yeah.
So should we wrap up with some highs, lows, and lessons?
Highs, lows, and lessons of 2024. You were the best and the worst year of my life, really.
I know. There was very high highs and very low lows.
Yeah.
But I think our highs and our lows are the same. And then our lessons
I think we do have
different.
very similar, maybe like different perspectives almost on like the scenarios that happen.
Have you noticed as well when we do our weekly goals, we're always saying the same shit.
I know, it's because we're the same person.
We might as well just
We spend too much time together.
I know.
We're Siamese twins.
Get out
It's
of
probably a
my
bit
space.
weird considering we're getting married, but anyway.
Yeah, don't marry a twin.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, bro.
Okay, cool. My lesson for 2024 is don't marry your twin.
If we are somehow in like a weird, twisted way related and you're literally British, then my mum, grandparents, ancestors have done a fucking good job.
I know. They've done well to reconnect us. But let's talk about the low. Let's start on our lows. So our low was the visa situation. Like,
Yeah, that was brutal.
holy shit. If you listen
It
to
is
last
brutal.
week's part 1, like it was brutal. And yeah, I think that does take us into a lesson for each of us, which we'll come back to. But yeah, it was a pretty brutal time. And I think one thing that it did show for us, though, is like the resilience that we've got when we work together and we work as a team. I think that's where our relationship thrives, where our also business thrives, is that it's
When
you
we're
and
a
me.
team, yeah. Where we are a collective.
It's just you and me.
And there's a really hot, fluffy thing that's currently licking my toes.
Haiti, just give us some space.
But no, that was definitely like a low. I mean, you could call it that. Sub rock bottom. But as well as that, like I think in 2024, it was a tough year, like professionally as well. Like we were tested in ways that we never really imagined that we would ever be tested in, and it was tough. It was really hard.
The first couple of years of business are always like a bit hunky-dory. Things are going well. Things are growing. We're hiring staff. We've got people coming in. It's all going well. And
And then
you feel like you're on
overnight-
top of the world. Yeah. And then like it was like, okay, now this is actually what running a business is like. Like this is tough.
I think that's what I learned from 2024. I think like the first couple of years of running a business, like it is pretty sunshine and rainbows. Like for us anyway, like
For
the
us it
first
was,
year
yeah.
of business, we loved our life. Like it was amazing. I loved our first year in business, but it progressively got harder. And then I think in 2024, I felt, endured, experienced what it's truly like to be a business owner.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not as glamorous as what they put it on Instagram.
I know. So many people want to run a business, but
It's so hard.
I wouldn't definitely like tell people to steer clear of it because
You just
it
gotta
does
you
have-
just gotta make sure that you're willing to give your entire mind, body, soul life to it.
Yeah.
Like that's just as simple as it is. Like when you run a business, like it consumes you.
It does.
And
really
if you don't want it to consume you, it still will consume you. So
Yeah. Good luck getting away from it.
yeah, you can't run from this bitch. But in saying that though, we wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah.
Like, ask us that question when we're in the midst of the shit. We're like, oh man, like this is fucked up, but
Yeah. There's been so many days where we're like why are we doing this?
this?
Yeah. Like, should we just pack this in? But we always
9 to 5 sounds pretty damn good right now.
yeah, we always kind of pull through. I think that's because we are together and running
Yeah,
it together.
it's because we're a team. I don't. Hats off to the people who run businesses solo because
And not like we're not talking run businesses solo where it's just you working for the business. Like you're self-employed, you're not running a business.
yeah, like
When you've got a team of people and like
You're
I'm
liable
talking
for putting
5 to 10 employees, like you're liable to
putting food on their table.
putting food on their table, paying their rent. Like imagine the stress that you are under working a 9 to 5, paying your rent. Imagine that times 10 for 10 different families.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. For a very new business as well. Like we're still kind of learning the ropes that it's like, is this sustainable? Are we going to put on these staff and all of a sudden like 200 people leave the business?
Make them redundant. Like that's
Effectively
even
what
the
it
word redundancy like makes me shiver.
But
no, it's a lot of pressure. It is a lot, but I fucking love it, and I think that I'm twisted. Honestly, no,
I
I'm
think
not
we both
twisted.
are,
But
to be
no,
honest.
like I always think like, what would we be doing? And we had this conversation, didn't we, the other week? What would we be doing if we didn't run a coaching society? I think I would be a little bit crazy, probably crazier than I am right now. Yeah, like we love it. Like we love the chaos. We love the pressure, even though we say that we hate it. We do like being put under pressure. And the other thing I think we like as well is we like proving people wrong.
yeah.
Like a lot of people have
100%.
doubted us. A lot of people have been like, oh my God, you started like a little online fitness business. And I'm like, yeah, my little online fitness business is doing pretty fucking well.
Yeah, I know,
really.
my little online 7-figure fitness business.
I remember when I started my Instagram page.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told the story on the podcast or not, but I remember when I started the page, I was still in uni. I was just training very loosely at Main Fitness, which is obviously where I met you. And I said to my friends at that given time, I was like, I'm going to start like an Instagram page. And I was judged hard.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, little cute Instagram page, like, that'll pay your bills. Like, you go and do your little workouts on Instagram. Like, no, it's not a real job. And I'm like, yeah, well, that hurt. Make your little smoothie recipes in your fucking granny flat that you live out the back of your mum's house in. Like, yeah, I did that. Absolutely, I did that. I'm not sure if you probably could swipe all the way back on my Instagram account to when it was at, but it was called MS Fitness, rebranded, obviously. But yeah, I was doubted and no one thought it was going to work. Even, to be honest, probably my family. Even like my love like my parents and everything, and they're the biggest supporters and they'll always back me. But I'm sure when I told them that I'm starting like a little online fitness business, they were like, that's not going to pay your rent. That's not going to pay your bills. And I think we've proved everyone wrong. I think we've proved friends, family, people who've doubted us, everyone wrong. And that's probably a reason why we keep running this business, because I am a crazy bitch and I refuse to give in.
I think we've also got that trait of like we will always try and be the absolute best that we can be and that there is as well. So, yeah, I think that's something that always drives us forward too, is proving people wrong but also proving ourselves right. And that's the big thing.
Yeah, we're overachievers.
That's it. What was our biggest high last year?
Oh, getting engaged. The little love bubble. Sometimes I'm like, if I could go back to just being in that love bubble for just an afternoon, like, it's the best feeling in the world.
It was a pretty good few days, wasn't it? Yeah.
No, getting engaged, starting building our house, the growth that we've seen within the business, the incredible community that we have. Like, oh man, I've spoken about it so many times, but the CS membership base, the CS community makes me warm and fuzzy.
Yeah. You know, we've got over 500 people on the app now. It's pretty cool.
I didn't know that, but that kind of makes me want to vomit. Like, makes me so nervous. Like, I don't know. I think because we run an online business, it's like, you don't understand the gravity of it.
Remember our first goal was to get 30 clients between the two of us?
Yeah, that's fucked.
And like, we've almost got 20 times that now.
Yeah. Again, because it's online, you don't truly understand the gravity of it. And if you were to put me in a room with 500 people and say all of these people are coaching started clients, I'd be like, I'm going to vomit. But anyway, yeah, it's still like, I'm still so grateful, and I'm like, I love what we've built. I love our community. I adore our team. Like, I'm proud of us for getting through the shit that we've gotten through to get to this point. And yeah, I'm just, as much as I complain about running a business, it's pretty fucking cool when you put it like that.
Yep. What's your lesson for 2024?
Lesson of 2024.
My lesson is, if you need to apply for a visa, get a solicitor to do it for you.
Don't. And I repeat,
because I know,
do not wing that shit.
I know for a fact that we got charged a lot more money for them to appeal the visa than it would have cost for them to actually just lodge the original visa. So, bite the bullet and get a solicitor.
My advice, don't fall in love with a foreigner. I'm kidding.
Can I have that ring?
Oh, no. Honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way, babe. But that actually leads me into my lesson. I think that my lesson of 2024 is that I am so much stronger and I am so much more capable of getting through hard shit than I thought I was. Yeah. Like, if you were to tell me in 2023, say, for example, all of the things that half of the shit we haven't even touched on in this podcast episode, but if you were to tell me everything that happened, everything that we survived, everything that went on personally, professionally, I would be like, that would send me to my grave. And I'm not dead yet.
Yeah, you're still here.
I'm still here, baby. But I am capable and I am stronger and I can get through hard shit and I can do hard shit. And I've got a lot of resilience from that. And that's probably my lesson. I can do hard things. I can do it.
Good. No, I'm glad you can see that too. I'm glad you can actually like reflect on that and go, you know what, I am stronger, I am better, I'm more resilient than I was previously.
Mm-hmm. Growth, baby. Insert emoji, little stars. Growth.
Here's to more growth, and that wraps up this week's episode.
Yeah, but I hope you guys have.
We might be back next year. I don't know when will we next be back.
Yeah, see you in 2026,
on
baby.
The edge of your seat.
See you after the wedding in 2 years. No, I'm kidding. No, we will try and make this more of a regular. As I said, this podcasting, unfortunately, isn't our full-time job. We do have a million other hats that we do wear, and we have to make sure that that's all taken care of before we can sit here for an hour or however long we've been here. We've
been here for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, talk shit. I need a drink.
Same.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you made it to part 2, then hats off to you. We love you.
Any suggestions, questions, or lessons of their own, then let us know. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, but thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope you enjoyed a little insight into our chaos. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ta-ta!